Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J, y'all. Thank you for staying with us. Be down with us. We are kind of quiet tonight out there in social media. So hit us up by phone, 804-402-2893. Be down with the show. I want to give a big old shout out to my girl, Joy.
What's up, Joy?
What's up going on, girl? It's called Banks, I tell you. What's going on, girl? I just saw you know when we went to break, so I see you saying, what's up to me? What's up with you, girl? And she's agreeing. She says that you definitely represent your parents. So Joy's agreeing with me. And I step on Marcus J at this time is happy and ready to turn the show over to my girl, the dating pool diva. And it's time for her to do the diva thing.
Go ahead, y'all. All right.
Every time I play that song, she do this little, like, you know, I don't know.
She's getting down too, y'all. She's getting down. You got that move, girl.
That's a joke. I don't know what the hell that was, but you know,
we gotta video that.
She doing something.
That was kind of like the Dougie from my
it was like the Dougie with a little Flavor Flav with like some Tom Willis and Raj for what's happening in there. I don't know. You say so. I don't know. We love her, but I don't know what the hell that was.
You know what it was.
I know what it was. You know I got to pick on you, girl. So what you got? Diva Diaries from our chit chat earlier. We doing something a little bit different today. That's all right, but it's your segment, so I'm gonna sit back and be quiet tonight.
Well, I figured I would introduce some news commentary because we do that a lot on the show. So I figured I would, jump in and do some relationship-based, commentary.
Okay.
And because you've been playing like a theme of New Edition and Bobby Brown, I'm going to throw this at you. The Bobbi Kristina, Nick Gordon story. You guys familiar with that?
I am a little bit. Yeah.
Her stepbrother, whatever kid that moved in the house.
Gordon was brought up with Bobbi Kristina, not necessarily adopted, but they were brought up as siblings. Well, now they're married.
Well, yeah, I did.
They got eloped on the 9th.
Ew.
Yeah, on the 9th of this month, they eloped, and they tweeted it, proud. We are married now, and we're happy.
There is a problem.
Yeah. And Grandma initially, she really was livid about it.
Heck
but
yeah.
They said in their tweet that the grandma gave permission or her blessing.
Lord, the mama's turning around in the grave.
And they're going to have an official ceremony next year. So it was just like a quick runaway thing this month. So this is my question. I'm going to put this on Carlton Banks first, okay?
Cool.
What do you think about this? Like, do you even care about the situation?
Are they biologically related?
Not biologically. Then you don't care.
It's like it's a free for all.
Hey, how you doing?
I should have known.
You know that little mole you got over there? That look kind of cute.
Yes, but I have vaginal flatulence.
Miss S.Y.
Inside joke for those people that have been listening to the entire show. If you don't know what vaginal flatulence is, you have to check out the replay of the show on MixLR as well as on YouTube. But yes, that is very funny, and everybody's having issues with that one.
I'm gonna let you be by yourself on that one. I'm just saying.
Diva.
Miss S.Y., what do you think? Do you even care about this? Do you have an opinion?
Yeah, I think it's disgusting, but I don't care.
You don't care.
It's not affecting me, but it'll end quicker. It'll end soon.
You don't think it's gonna make it?
No, that's not going anywhere.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask Marcus J, and then I'm gonna have a follow up to that.
Honestly, I agree with Carlton. They're not blood, so what the problem is? I mean, do we?
We gonna do this enough?
I mean, I on a personal level, I think it's creepy.
It is creepy. You grew up with this person.
On a personal level, I think it's very creepy. But did anybody see the Blue Lagoon?
Did anybody see what's the movie that's out now? The Wolf of Wall Street.
I saw
the Wolf of Wall Street.
I saw the Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I mean,
boy married his cousin.
Yeah, and it wasn't even in West Virginia.
Yeah. Did a daddy disapprove?
Took a shot at West Virginia.
No. Well, this is what I read up on that he was more upset that Nick Gordon did not ask for her hand. in marriage.
Oh, okay.
So he wasn't that upset about them getting married, but that he didn't ask for the blessing. So this is my follow-up question, S.Y. If they were not celebrities, would it make a difference? If they were just normal, everyday people, would it make a difference?
To me, it's gross no matter what, whether they're celebrities or not. I don't know them. They don't mean anything to me. So to me, they're everyday people.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything to me. So it's gross no matter what. That's me.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask you, Carlton.
Absolutely.
You grew up with a stepsister or, quote unquote adopted sister, and 10, 15 years later, y'all fall in love.
See, you just added a title to it that I can't cross that boundary. Adopted sister, stepsister.
No, I said quote unquote.
No.
Y'all were just raised.
We're raised together as brother and sister.
Raised together.
We're not biologically brother and sister, but since we were little toots, running apart together, taking a bath and all that kind of stuff.
You know the time I kept coming in the shower,
Shut up, be quiet.
acting like you weren't in.
Kids in the room.
I
Kids in
knew
the
you were
room.
in there.
Kids in the
I just
room.
wanted to let you know I knew you were in there.
Kids in the room.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, kids in the room.
I mean, that happens. You saw the situation in Africa where two brother and sister ended up getting married. They ain't know about it. Stuff happens.
It happens. I was at a funeral in Jersey 2 weeks ago, and I met a person at the funeral who is a blood relative. Who's a blood relative, but grew up with certain folks in my family. Went to school with him and everything, and he was the handsome guy, and something could have gone down. It didn't. But they found out when they were like in their 40s and 50s that they're cousins.
Wow.
Yeah, in their 40s and 50s, and we're in high school together, and they were not in the same circle, but so it's possible.
Yeah, that's an accident, though.
It's an accident, but see, here's the deal. Ultimately, I gotta be with Carlton on this one, which it really pains me. That like burns my tongue to even agree with this guy.
We got some water over here for you.
Yeah, it must. It's like drinking hot sauce straight without no chicken on it. But
You should try some sriracha.
Chicken on it.
But again, I am so. Like whether it was the family, my family, another person's family, does it on a personal level creep me out? Of course it does, but I don't care. I don't care. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that creeps me out that I don't care about because ultimately what them people doing don't affect me. I don't care.
If you were Sissy Houston, would you care?
I see why she would. I absolutely see why she would. And, if I raised a boy child in my home with my daughter, I raised him as her brother, from the time that they were young, and then they grew up and they fell in love and got married. Yeah, I think that's creepy. But I'm not one that's going to say, y'all can't be together, because for me, before any of that stuff, biology has to come first, and y'all not biologically connected. And so if that's what y'all want to do, it don't affect me. I don't care. I really don't.
Y'all can see Marcus right now going out to buy the biggest bottle that he could ever find,
I don't
paying
need- I
extra
don't
for
need-
the
I
Crown
don't need
Royal
no-
in
I don't
that
need
kind
no-
of situation.
I don't need this situation to buy a big ass bottle of Crown Royal.
No, you're gonna get a real big bottle on this one.
Yeah, I will preface my
terrible.
statement by saying that I agree that it's creepy. I get it. I get why it wigs you out. I get why, when we talk
but
about
you would do it.
What am I going? At the end of the day,
It's your little sister. You went to
at
school.
the end of the day, well, I didn't say I would do it. No, because that wasn't a question.
But you agree with him.
I didn't say that I would do it, because that's not what the question that was posed to me was. The question
So
posed
how
to
can you
me-
agree with him?
We talking about Bobby, Christina, and her. He said that he don't care, and that's what I agree with.
Well, you just don't. You don't care. Not that you think it's okay. Because I thought you said that you thought it was okay since they're
Every
not
time
biologically
I
related.
said that I don't care, I also said I think it's creepy,
I know I heard
but
that.
I don't care. Again, because it don't affect me. Now, it's just
Well, I'm going to read a portion of the article I have here.
okay. What you got?
Okay. And it's from usmagazine.com. This is what Bobbi Christina said. She said, yes, me and Nick are engaged. I'm tired of hearing people say, ew, you're engaged to your brother, or if Whitney was still alive, would you be together, or would she approve of this? Let me clear up something. We aren't even real brother and sister, nor is he my adoptive brother. My mom never adopted him. In fact, mommy was the one who even said that she knew that we were going to end up starting to date. So what do you guys think about
Well,
that
mommy's a little
quote?
creepy anyway.
Well, mommy's not here to defend
that
or
story,
refute
yeah.
that. So I'm not gonna really dignify any of that with, speaking of what Whitney would have said or what Whitney would have done. I stand by what I said. I think it's creepy, but at the end of the day, you talking about, we can go back to the segment that we just did with Carlton Banks, where at what point do you get to in your life when you're like, all right, mom, all right, dad, I got to do me. Obviously, she still got a daddy. She still got a grandmother. And these are people who, she may look to for guidance, and she may look to for, how they may feel about some of the choices she would make. Clearly, she don't care. If this is who she want to be with. At the end of the day, for me, in my personal opinion, and this is just me, Marcus J., biology on this one comes first. And if they're not biologically connected, then, who are the rest of us to even really judge them? It's not like they came from the same womb. They didn't. They didn't come from the same biological family. So, the truth of the matter is, and this is real talk, this is the realest I could be on this subject, they might have had feelings for each other as kids and didn't even realize it. Because the truth is, and I've done enough reading in my life to come to this conclusion, that there may not be the sexual aspect to it, because you may not have the mental capacity to be able to understand that, but you very possibly can develop a connection with someone at a very young age, and you feel, I don't know if romantically close to them is the right word if you're talking about children, but you may really be close to somebody. And if that is what happened in this situation, maybe it was unnatural for them to be raised as brother and sister, and they always felt that way. We don't know. We just don't know.
Eyes hurt.
Yeah, it's one of them situations. It's creepy because of the sensational aspect of it. The sensational aspect of it is Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown's daughter is marrying the adopted kid. And that sounds sensational. So we all want to get up in arms about it. But the truth of the matter is, and I'm going to be crass to make a point, they may have been screwing as babies. 13, 14 years old in the house, and nobody knew it, and they was possibly doing it back then and was able to keep it under wraps, because that's what kids do. They hide shit from their parents. It's just what we do. It's just what we do. I'm sorry. So I'm not going to judge them. I refuse.
Cooties.
Okay, well, let's move on, because I have a lot to put in this segment tonight.
Let's do it.
All right, the next news story. Kanye West allegedly assaults man who called Kim the N-word lover. Okay?
Wow.
The N-word lover.
Ooh.
Basically, the highlights of this is that the 18-year-old teenager called Kim the B-word, the N-word, threatened to kill her. She called Kanye West, told him, come on down here. He reacted by coming down there, following the guy into the chiropractor's office and assaulting him. And right now, there are charges being pressed. He had an arraignment in October, and I'm not really sure what's going on with the court determination at this point. So that's the highlights. Anybody have an opinion about it? Let's see. Carlton Banks, what you doing over there?
You know what? All he did was defend his woman. That's all he did. Why are y'all gonna get mad at that man for defending his woman? He was defending her honor, right? Ain't that what he did?
If he ain't do nothing,
I
if
guess he
he
did.
ain't do nothing, y'all be calling him a
bigger
punk.
story.
Y'all be calling him a
Y'all
punk.
be calling he a punk. He ain't doing.
That booty too.
Y'all can call him Lamar Odom because he ain't do anything.
Yeah, man. Me personally, I'm not one for putting my hands on someone in a violent way just because they said something I don't like. That's just not how I roll. So if that makes me a punk, then I guess that makes Martin Luther King a punk too. But I'm not going to go and fight somebody because they said something mean and nasty. Mm-hmm. But the minute that they put their hands on her, I'm going to turn into Malcolm X and their head coming off.
Right.
So that's how I view that. But just because I'm not one to run and beat up somebody because they said something vile doesn't mean that I don't understand another man doing that, because I know that we all cut from different molds. And so that's the way that he chose to do it. You know, he had to know, you know, not just because he's Kanye, but because you beat somebody up, that there was going to be consequences.
Right.
The fact that he's Kanye makes those consequences,
Greater.
you know, grander. One, because he, you know, is a person that is, you know, in the limelight and there's a level of fame there. Two, because of the reputation that comes
He's been in
along
so much trouble.
with being Kanye. Yeah.
Yeah, he beat up everybody.
I mean, it seems like every other week he's done something crazy in front of the paparazzi that he's running away from. And they say that he may get up to a year time for this particular assault.
So they looking at putting Kanye in jail for a year for beating this dude down.
Probably for this and all the other instances. You know what I mean?
We getting a hit from our main man Hakeem. What's up, bro? It's been a long time, man. Thanks for coming back to the show. Hakeem says that he can believe it, but he can't see Kanye assaulting someone 19 or over. He can believe the story, but can't believe that Kanye would assault someone 19 or over.
Under, he means?
He says or over is what it says. I can believe that. I can't see Kanye assaulting anyone 19 or over is the exact quote to what he's got written out here in social media. So I don't know. I mean, again, I'm one where I don't see me jumping and fighting just because somebody said something, no matter how nasty and vile it is. At the end of the day, you didn't put your hands on me. But if you put your hands on me, your head comes off.
Right.
It's that simple. For me.
Okay.
Yep.
That's why. You have anything else?
So
That's
if somebody
about it.
said something to you, honey, would you beat them up? That's why.
Oh, can I tell you a story?
Yeah,
sure.
Let's hear it. What you got?
You know,
Because
I
we
was
know how
dating this
violent you could be.
dude.
You just a mean old somebody.
I was dating this dude a while back, you know, like years. I was probably 20-something years old. And remember Woolworth?
Yes.
Remember Sir Woolworth?
Yes.
When we went to Woolworth, I had just got my new apartment, and we went shopping to buy some things to clean the house with. So there's a little step-up counter. You have to reach up and put your things on, and you know. So I'm putting my stuff up there, and I like sparkling cider. So she says, the brave little bumblebee, "Oh, is that cider for us later?" Talking to my boyfriend. So it was me in the room, up off the air, and around the counter, over the counter. I was trying to bust her tail. Don't you ever disrespect me like that again. They were like, "Oh, you're Bandit from Woolworth." Whoa, okay. I've been kicked out of better places. But yeah, I would. I'd crack her neck in a second.
Oh, goodness.
Ain't that something?
We at
So
Legacy Internet Radio,
a bunch
we
of
do
thugs
not,
over here, right?
we do not condone violence
We're a
or.
bunch
I'll
of
ask you, do
anything.
you see me? Do you see me first?
we're a bunch of thugs up here
And she
and
sees
Legacy
me.
and that radio, you know, threatening people and stuff, getting kicked
No, I'm
out
trying to
of
give you
stores.
a disclaimer here.
It was Woolworth.
Yeah, man. Oh, I got to keep. Yeah, I
know.
know, and I appreciate that. But this one right here,
It
man.
was Woolworth. Goldfish for 99 cents. I mean, really.
I mean, and she got the raised eyebrow like The Rock. Oh my God, you're killing me right
He
now.
was
Do
like,
you
"Come on,
smell
come
what
on,
she's
let's go."
Did
cooking?
you smell what? That's why I was cooking.
I smell the broom across that hand.
Did you call him a jabroni? It doesn't matter if you call him a jabroni. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she ticked me off. Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
Okay, well, let's move on. That's it for my commentary, my news commentary. I have my trusty logbook here with some scenarios, and I want you guys to pretend that you're
Can somebody
single,
pass
okay?
me a red stripe?
Okay.
Pretend you're single. In the spirit of Valentine's Day, or like I call it V-Day, this is a Valentine's Day question.
Okay.
It's Valentine's night, and you are riding solo to the mall. You run into an attractive guy or girl, and he or
thank you.
she seems to be interesting. After chatting for a bit, he or she asks you not only for your number, but if you would be willing to go out later that night. Do you go out on a whim, or do you wait until you had the chance to get to know him or her better on the phone first? Okay, this is Valentine's night. You're solo. You meet this great guy or girl. What would you do?
Why not? Let's hang out. Let's do something. Sure.
Okay.
Am I paying?
Give her a kiss.
Yeah, that's what men do.
Well, no, not
They pay.
necessarily. Why men gotta pay?
Men pay.
Why we can't have equal rights?
That's what men do.
Well, there's
Wow.
there's definitely multiple questions here, because when you're so adamant about men pay, we definitely gonna have to come back to that.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
why the hell not go out? I mean,
Right.
you know, all of this putting on airs and playing games and stuff is just not what I do. And so if someone catches my eye and I'm in a available state, then hell yeah, you know. Now I agree that as a man, if I ask her out,
Right.
then I should pay, certainly on the first date, and you know, possibly, you know, on subsequent dates, depending on the dynamic between she and I. You know, I don't want to be presumptuous because some ladies don't want you to pay. Some ladies are, you know, I don't like to use the word independent because I think that it is a degrading word because it suggests that you have to qualify what you are. If a man was independent, would we have to say a man is independent? No. So we don't have to qualify a woman's independence by always spelling out how independent she is. However, if we're in the middle of having a conversation and she says, you know, we should go out, let's go out somewhere, you know, that, because she suggested it, takes the obligation from me as the man to have to pay. I should still do it, but I'm no longer obligated to do it. Again, it's that's my opinion with that, but I think it's a no-brainer that you go out with her. I mean,
Well, I think it may be, and I'm gonna ask why what she thinks as a lady. How would you feel in this situation?
Okay, so I'm just hanging out at the mall.
You're at the mall by yourself. You don't have a date for Valentine's Day, and this nice-looking, nice guy comes up to you. You chat for a little while. You exchange numbers, and he's like, "Come on, let's go out." Would you go out on a whim, not knowing this guy?
Well, we're going out in a public place. I mean, all dates start when I don't know you and you don't know me.
Right,
Okay, all dates start that way. So I don't see why not.
right.
I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm not going to a long drive to the woods. I'm not going out to the mountains.
Right.
You know,
Like Crystal Lake
so
or
why
nothing
not?
like that. Okay.
yeah, especially
All right.
if it starts off in the mall, then, you know, your first date with someone that you just met in the mall on the spot doesn't have to be at a great restaurant. Y'all could just take a walk up the stairs to the food court, because ultimately, and I'm not saying that to be cheap or anything like that. I'm saying that, you know, a grand gesture in that moment may not be appropriate because it doesn't appear to be organic. It appears to be that you're trying to impress her. And to be honest with you, I don't get the whole trying to impress people, because if they're not impressed with what you bring to the table, you're setting yourself up anyway. Because if you're going to be meeting the representative and the representative ain't staying, then you might as well cut your losses and quit playing anyway. So you meet somebody in the mall and y'all discuss going somewhere, great. But, you know, if it's, let's just go upstairs and you want to go get a slice of pizza or something, let's just kind of kick it. And then in the process of having that initial spend time together, if y'all arrange to do something more later,
Right.
then that would be different.
You're like,
Okay. I would say I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, kind of feel it out and see how it goes and go out on a whim.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, because if I'm in Mac mode, I'm in the mall. Like, really, who?
He's
I mean,
in
what?
Mac mode?
I mean, what 40-year-old dude, you know, is in Mac mode in the mall?
It's Valentine's night. You're
Yeah,
trying to
he
get
in Mac-
well,
he
he don't need to be in Mac
he
mode.
in the mall on Valentine's Day. He in there buying something for another chick.
He's 40 years old. I'm all back, and I
That's
do
what he
not wanna
doing.
go.
That's why he up in there. For real, for real. Shoot. You got another one?
Well, since we only have
Because I like these.
me as a single in the room, I don't think this one would be appropriate.
I'll
Maybe
pretend.
for social
Oh, the
media.
we getting a hit. Getting a couple of hits in social media. Joy said that she was shocked. Joy, which one are you shocked about? I'm not sure. Hakeem is saying what Marcus J said. He/knows one is assaulting everyone that is throwing names at them. He knew he could win that fight, so he took a chance. Talking about Kanye.
I think Joy may be talking about the first story with Bobbi Christina.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Joy. Joy, if that's what you're talking about, let us know which one you're shocked about so that we can properly address your comment. Hakeem also likes my analogy with regards to the independence, how I spoke about the ladies with independence. Michelle is saying that she would go out with him and enjoy the evening, but it shouldn't go any further than that. why not? Maybe you had good rapport with him, Michelle, and maybe you liked him, he liked you. You know, you can give him your phone number, and he'll actually call you instead of texting you, because, you know, that's what we do in 2014.
Right.
Everybody likes to text. But I just wanted to get those comments out. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial to be down with us here live on the show. Continuing to give a shout out to the love we get in Charlotte. We get some love here in Richmond and my hometown of Jersey City, New Jersey. I see the lights on there as well. Ain't No How Step with Marcus J. The flagship show, Legacy Internet Radio. Time is 8 minutes after 9 here on the East Coast. We appreciate the love we get. Dave Pool Dave, you got some more for us, sis? What you got?
Well, you guys said you play along, or just remember back when you were single.
Yeah.
Did you celebrate Valentine's Day?
I tolerated Valentine's Day, like I
tolerated
tolerate it now.
Mm-hmm. Can you elaborate?
Well, I'm like this. I mean, if you're gonna have, I'm not one for grand celebrations, and so I may not be the right person to really ask. I don't like to really get into my birthday. You know, I celebrate it because the people around me make a big deal about it. You know, whereas, you know, I know people that take their birthday off every year and don't go to work.
I do that.
It's a national holiday. I thought you knew.
It is a national holiday.
It's a national holiday.
That's great. That's fine for them. You know, I'm not big on Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that kind of stuff. You know, I much prefer to kind of show whatever kind of love you're going to show. Just show it all the time, as opposed to taking one day. And I'm also not into paganistic stuff.
Right.
And, you know, Valentine's Day is a Hallmark holiday, which annoys the shit out of me that we even have to go through it every year. But we do. It's what we do. You know, but it is what it is. So, again, I'm not sure that I'm the right one to ask that question to. I tolerate it, and I usually don't end up getting in trouble. I'll just leave it at that.
All right, Carlton Banks.
I had too many gifts to try to get. I ain't gonna lie.
Macaroni.
Macaroni, huh?
Yeah.
You was buying all kinds of gifts, huh?
Yeah.
He was out
especially on February 15th.
He was the one at the mall.
And I wasn't the one at the mall. If I could have done my shopping online, it'd be even better. But
talking to them girls, trying to see how many dates he gonna have for Valentine's Day.
I had quite a few at one point. So, you know, I live dangerously.
Wow, you had to juggle them.
Yeah, you take one to breakfast.
Now we're getting
the other one to lunch.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
you go to dinner.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Carlton, but we're getting a little clarification from Joy. What she's shocked at? She's shocked at the either lady went around the counter. Is what she's shocked about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Did I tarnish your view of me?
Yeah.
Hey yo, Joy, SY over here, she be thugged out, man. When she come in, she used to give us all hugs, but now she be flipping gang signs when she come up in here.
I don't do that anymore.
She be like, Pennsylvania.
That was your other life.
Pennsylvania. PA.
That was her other life.
That was her other life.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's my mama.
Coming out, right? All right, Diva, you were asking Carlton his opinion. My apologies, I cut him off. I wanted to get Joy's comment in before I lost it. Carlton, were you done talking about how you was
the women?
And like I said, I had one for breakfast.
Lunch.
Had one for lunch.
Dinner.
Had that mid-afternoon snack. Then I had dinner. And then, you know, you had that midnight run. So you had to get it in.
He's so full of it, y'all.
Oh goodness, let's pass.
He's so full of it, man. I mean, because
bimbo.
you could just see how smooth this man is. We know that he had more than just 3 or 4. You know what I mean? So I'm like, why is he minimizing his level of macaroni-ness?
He was at the mall.
Get married.
I'm just saying.
Shopping.
I'm on at the mall.
I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like all this humility that you showing. Just let the full brunt of your macaroni-ness, you know,
oh dear,
come on out.
Macaroni-ness.
I make up a new word every year.
Punkification,
macaroni-ness. What's the other one I like to say? Punk, passive-aggressive. Remember, that was another one.
You just say we're not passive-aggressive here.
What's up with the British accent right now?
I don't know. It's working, so I'm using it.
That's why. Do you celebrate Valentine's Day before, you know?
Yep, I sure did.
You did?
Yep, I went out and bought presents, you know, candy, baskets, little stuff for my mom, made sure my kids had them pass out in school. Yep, I sure did.
Okay.
Hearts on the wall in the house, we decorate.
You know what I do? You know what I do? I do all of that for my family and friends, and I also celebrate my singleness on Valentine's Day.
Oh, do you?
Self-love.
Uh-oh.
That's right.
That's a little
Self-love.
sticky.
No, it's not sticky. I take myself out on a date.
And then you come home and do what you do after dates.
Oh, goodness.
And play, let your fingers do the
I
walk.
can't with these people.
Awesome. I'm just saying.
You
when
started
look,
it.
when I go out on a date, I have a pretty good idea how I want it to end.
You started it.
Just because I go by myself.
She told herself, listen here, I'm not taking you out for nothing.
There you go.
I'm going to feed you.
I'ma
take
put
you
up
to the
tonight.
There you
movies.
go.
Oh, goodness. I walked into that one.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah, you
You
did.
sure did.
But I celebrate my singleness on Valentine's Day. Until I find that significant person, I'm going to continue to do that. I'm having a party this year.
You're having a Valentine's Day party
Yep. For singles.
for singles?
Yep.
darn.
Oh,
So
hopefully
anybody want to go, Author Charisma on Facebook, hit me up.
Okay.
What day is it on?
Valentine's
Oh, won't be
night.
here.
Should be a Friday. I think.
It's a Friday night, yeah.
Oh, you're bragging now.
Because
You're
we got-
bragging. I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be with my man.
We got a Love Revolution event the next day on
Yep, the
Saturday.
very
so-
next day.
so,
Yep.
yeah.
It's going to be a love weekend.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is. While you're on the subject, dating pool diva, why don't you tell the Ain't No Half Steppin' Marcus J listeners what Love Revolution is and what we do on the third Saturday every single month right here in Richmond, Virginia.
The Love Revolution is a group of people, married, singles, couples, everybody comes and discusses relationships, how we can enhance them, make them healthy. We have fun, we laugh, but we also get really deep into some conversations about how to improve our relationships, especially in our community. Okay, so it's a great forum. I want to see it grow with some really dedicated members. And, you know, every month, the third Saturday, usually 4 to 7, we meet up and we discuss relationships, dating, love, all of that. Right now, we're still determining the location, so if anybody's interested, hit me up, Author Charisma with a K, HARISMA on Facebook.
Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. Couple of hits in social media. Joy, she's just LOLing us because we in here acting up.
LOL, smiley face.
Hakeem, he doesn't LOL us, but he's like, oh wow, that sounds sticky. Y'all straight wilding up in there.
Oh, goodness.
You know, and then he's laughing his
Y'all
ass
got me in
off.
trouble.
Nah, because we do wild out sometimes. You know, we gotta have some fun. And then Michelle was saying that she used to protest Valentine's Day, used to wear all black, and just
Oh,
wasn't
my.
into it. But she learned to enjoy the day and celebrate herself, which is similar to what the diva just said. So, Michelle, you and the diva, y'all could go on a date with each other
Yep,
and celebrate
yep,
y'all.
girls' night,
Y'all can have girls'
ladies'
night,
night.
and y'all, you know, and then do whatever it is that y'all do at the end of the day. You know how to step with Marcus J. All right.
You're done?
You all done?
I'm all done, unless
Oh,
you
my
guys have anything
goodness.
to add.
I appreciate. We're gonna go ahead and wrap because we're gonna be losing Carlton in just a minute. I want to make sure that he has an opportunity to get his final word in. So we're gonna take our final break of the night. When we come back, we got our rants, we got our closings, and we got our goodbyes for the night. But we'll be back next week like we are every single week. Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J with me, you, and the crew. Be back in a few.